Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Santa Anita Park here on Wednesday. It's the 1st of January 2025. Gonna look the fifth race from Santa Anita, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the fifth from Santa Anita, which is a starter allowance race, purse $36,000, races for 4-year-olds and upwards, which never started for a claim price 50,000 or less, which never went through races here. We have a field of 9 horses heading to the turf course. The distance of ground is 1,600 meters or a mile on the Santa Anita turf course. Rails are out at 20 feet. My top selection, I'm going to go with the number 8 horse here, Radisman Vibe. I'm going to go 8475 in the superfecta, 8475 super. Top selection, 8 horse, Radisman Vibe. This 4-year-old originally by More Than Ready here. Peter Urton trains. Juan Hernandez gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently at Del Mar on the 24th of November, mile 16th on the Jimmy Durante turf course, an off 50 claimer. He won by half length. He had a very wide trip that day, and he had a lot of traffic trouble. It slowly took time to get through. He finally did, and he got there in the nick of time. That was a very good, great performance with an 80 bar. Wasn't the fastest race of his life. That came actually two back, but it was still a very good performance. Coming to this turf course here today, which is a little bit more fairer than the Del Mar turf course, I think he can have the forward momentum to get the job done again today. He ran two back on the 14th of October at Santino, 1 mile and off 50 claimer. First time facing older horses, actually. He finished third by neck that day, and he sat back early, was stupidly wide late, but he just missed. He ran his heart out that day from where he was drawn, having a good pace to close up into. And then late September at Santino, a mile and optional 80 against some tough competition. He finished 7th by 8 1/4 lengths that day. Very wide trip. He just wasn't keeping up with those slightly better horses. His races over the summer at Del Mar weren't bad at all. He ran on the 10th of August in a 1 mile optional 80 on the lawn where he had a very good place, just missing late. And then he had a very tough trip on the 21st of July going mile 16th at Del Mar where he finished third by 3/4 length. Where he had to check a few times down the backstretch, but again, he was closing up well late. If he had the forward momentum all throughout the race, maybe he would have made the race a little bit more interesting late than he did, but still not a bad race. He's training well in the Tapeta locally. Coming here at 4-1, I think he could win. I think the 4-horse Jewel Shiliga could win also for Umberto Rispoli and Mike McCarthy. He hasn't won since the 10th of August. I came in a start launch race at Del Mar over the mile where he won by half length, basically in front of some good fractions. He really came home clear. Came back to run over the mile 3 at Del Mar after that on Labor Day weekend in option 40 against some tough competition. He finished fourth by 2 1/4 lengths that day, and he just was never really comfortable that day. Came back to run a good place here in October in option 50, and then ran British Cup weekend at Del Mar on the turf, going a mile 16th in a very tough option 40 where he finished 7th by 3 lengths. Never was really come from where he was drawn. Back down the class ladder, back to this turf course at 5-2 with the late pick 5 beginning here. I'm going to use him there. I think he could get a piece of it also. But to recount my selection for the fifth here on New Year's Day from Santino, we're going to go take the 8-horse Radisman Vibe. Give kudos to the 4-horse Jeweled Shilligag. Where are we? We're going to go 8475 Super, 8-4 in the multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everybody.